Hello, my name is Melanie Young and I'm the pastor at the United Church of Ovid, and we are going through a walkthrough of what it will look like as we come back together for in-person worship on Sunday, July the 12th. I'm beginning with having my face mask on to remind us that as we enter the building, we would ask that everybody bring your face mask, and if you don't have one, we will provide one for you at the entrance. I've been given permission by Sue Kessler, who's running the camera right now, that I can take this off because we're going to maintain a social distance, and we thought maybe you could hear me better if I didn't have that on. So as you come in this door, I'm back here at the parking lot door, will be propped open, and when you come in you'll notice that these doors to the fellowship hall and the kitchen will be closed. We're not going to have need for that because we're not going to be having any fellowship time at this point. So as you come in, there will be someone standing here and will take your temperature with a no-touch thermometer, and Sue wanted to demonstrate that on me, and I'm hoping that I don't have much of a high temperature. Is it going to show up? There, I heard it go, and it's okay.
96.8.
96.8. And what will happen is if your temperature is 100 degrees or more, that could be a sign of infection, and we'll ask you to leave the building. If it's a little bit elevated, we'll let you know, and we can just let you know like I did if you're really curious what it is. But if it's elevated, we'll let you know. As long as it's below 100, it'll be your call about how you feel. So as you come in, then get that done. There's a place here to sanitize your hands, and normally, if you hang up a jacket or put a purse or something up here, we're asking you not to use the coat rack or the hat rack, again, to kind of eliminate these touch points that would happen with our clothing. And as we're coming by the bathrooms, I would encourage us to only use the bathrooms in case of emergency. If you can use the bathroom before you come, we're really not going to be in worship that long. It'll be a shortened worship time. But if you need to use the bathroom, go ahead. Just make sure to knock and make sure that there's nobody else in there. We would like to have only one person at a time in the bathrooms, unless you're members of the same household. And we'll invite you to use the wipes and the towels, and there'll be some instructions about keeping that sanitized after you've used it. We're going to be moving in one direction only down the hallway because we're not able to maintain a 6-foot distance both directions down through here. And so as we come in, we're going to go from the parking lot to the north, and when we exit, the one-way direction will be the opposite way. If you need to go upstream during those times, we'd invite you to either go outside and around or through the sanctuary if that need comes up. Now we're down here to the front entrance, and there will be another person with a no-touch thermometer here, and the same kinds of things apply. As you come in, you would use the hand sanitizer. I'm going to talk a little bit about the banister, but I'm first going to go over here to the elevator in case you need that. And as we're going past the basement, I'll remind you that we're keeping the basement doors locked. It just keeps us from having to keep all the rest of the building sanitized. So as you come, pick up a wipe, use the call button, or push the call button with the wipe, and then any points on opening the door and sliding the inside gate. When you get up there, there will be a receptacle for your wipe, and then the same thing as you come down, you can see the receptacle here. So as we're coming back out then, again, grab a disinfectant wipe if you need the use of the banister for going up or for going down, and hold onto the banister with that wipe until you get up to the top here, and there's another receptacle. There won't be any greeters here as usual. The bulletins will already be placed in the pews ahead of time. So the concern about distribution of the bulletins is that there would be some virus right there, but by the time the time passes from when they're put in the bulletin, or put in the pews, it'll be a few days, and there shouldn't be a problem with the virus. Just to remind you about nursery care, we're not able to offer nursery care because it's hard to maintain that distance with the kids and with the toys and everything. So we're roping off that entrance to the nursery. As we come in, there will be here, and again, I'm going to ask you, Sue, if you would explain about the offering plates and what that will look like, and maybe even we can mention something about when we take noisy change on the third Sunday. We're still planning on that, right?
Okay, there will be an offering box here at this table. As you go into the sanctuary, there will be no plates passed during the worship service. So you could either drop your offering before or after service, and then we'll have the can there the week of noisy offering.
All right, and we'll explain more of that as it gets closer. As we come into the sanctuary, you'll see that we have every other pew roped off to help with the social distancing from front to back. Also, if you are one of the earlier people to arrive, we ask the earlier arrivals to go all the way to the front and then fill from front to back to avoid passing one another. It just kind of helps with that movement. Then when we dismiss, we will dismiss from back to front. Over here, I wanted to point out that we are going to create a cross breeze, not only to help with the temperature in here, but the cross breeze does help to dissipate the virus. And so some of you may not have realized that there's an exit door over here. I don't know, Sue, if you might want to step up just a little bit just to show that a little bit better. And that door will be open, and it really does make a difference on the cross breeze. Those of you who are seated kind of in the front corner over here would be welcome at the end of the service to exit that door. And then the other door that's open, and I know, Sue, if you want to get ahead of me again, the other door that's open is the old entrance door, which some of us may not be too familiar with. You might take a look at that as a kind of student of history. I like to look at how that door has been constructed, and it has the Grace Methodist Episcopal name over it, which says Grace Me, that you might want to notice. So so we're going to come out just to show you that this would be another potential exit for you. We're not encouraging people to come in this way because we're not going to have the temperature gauge and as much of the hand sanitizer here. But this is how you might exit to go out to Front Street if that works for you. So hopefully this isn't too much for all of us to be aware of. Mainly it's the social distancing and keeping our hands clean and keeping surfaces clean as much as we can. And we are sending out a letter that tells more about worship practices, but hopefully, again, it's not that overwhelming. And if we just kind of keep the social distancing in mind and keep the care for protection of one another in mind, this will go well. We look forward to seeing you on July 12th.